different opinion. So I guess it's A-okay.
It's
well,
okay.
August is almost gone, and here we are.
Yep, Labor Day coming up, 3-day weekend.
Oh, and it'll be the end of the year before we know it.
Yep, no doubt.
All right, love to one and all.
You take care, Seal. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Seal, the encyclopedia of Reno history. She truly is. She's been, her and her family, if you get to know her a little bit, long time members of this community, and she's seen things, like I said, her family and houses and stuff right across from where the pepper mill is, and it's just fun to talk to her and to talk about everything that's changed here in Reno over the last 60 years or so. So, Seal, we love you. You're always welcome to call. You know that. Let's go from Seal, oh boy, to a third world nation, the land that time forgot, where they're still emerging from the caves and the underground shelters. The dinosaurs are gone. They're not aware of that yet unless they've read it in the National Enquirer. The home of the longest continuous burning tire fire anywhere in the continental United States, where the pavement ends and the dirt begins. It's Silver Springs, Nevada. We have Aaron on line 1. Hey, Aaron, what's up?
Morning. Hey, I am up here at the Wainema Ranch this morning listening. It's feeding time for all the critters up here this morning. So I'm sitting outside. It's that nice this morning.
Mm-hmm.
You'll probably hear the critters going. It was a pleasure to meet Seal, and I really think she's the one I need to bring those negatives that I have from Studio Kaminsky and sit and talk with her. I bet she'd recognize some of the people from those shows and stuff that because some of those were local people in Reno.
I don't think there's any doubt that if there's local celebrities and people in there, there's probably pictures of her family members in there too. I mean, that's how far back she goes.
Because they were from the Mapes and Del Webb's Prima Donna. The Money Tree is in there. There's a lot of old stuff out of the 60s, early 70s in there. And it was such a joy to talk. I wish I'd had more time to sit and talk with her that day that I was there. That she is a true treasure of Reno.
No doubt.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Hey, yesterday I had mentioned, we'll touch on this Monsanto Tribunal that's getting ready in October. It's coming up. And it's kind of a catch-22 thing here. It's really kind of weird. When you start researching it, they're calling it a tribunal, and we associate that with a legal proceeding. And the organization MonsantoTribunal.org, they've put this organization together, and they've actually put groups of people together, and people that are very, very intelligent and understand what's going on. They want to study the issues of the environment and what the products are doing on the environment. And does this create health issues? Is there this right to health and actually a right to quality, good food? Does this produce a nutrition? Is the food nutritional? I mean, we have been told here in the United States by the USDA guy, Michael Taylor, the USDA, FDA, when he was there, he gave us that substantially equivalent paper, whatever you want to call it. I call it a lie because it is a lie. In my opinion, it's a lie because you can't have something that removes a whole bunch of elements that would naturally be in the food. You can't have a substance remove that and then tell us it's the same thing as this, A is not B is basically what's going on there. They're telling you that A is B and B is A, and it's all the same thing and it's all good, and it's not. So that is one of the things that they want. And one of the other big issues here, nobody can independently test Monsanto's products without their scientists being present. So they want, is there some kind of international freedom of expression and academic research, or is we the people of the world? This isn't just a U.S. thing now. This is on an international stage. But are they entitled to independent academic research? And of course, we all know. I don't think there's any questions in a lot of people's mind I think they just kind of thrown this in there for frosting on the cake, if you ask me. Complicity in war crimes, and this goes back to the Agent Orange issues and some of the other chemicals. And everybody needs to keep in mind right now that there is paperwork in the process right now to get those chemicals that were in Agent Orange approved, because the Roundup is starting to fail because of evolution of insects and stuff.
Yeah,
And of course, that brings us back in. Yeah, and that brings us back into ecocide. And this is the one that I'm really going to be interested in, because one of the ways they want to go at people is what they call personal capacity. And in my opinion, scientists, biologists, anybody that gets up there and tells this big story that rubbing two flowers together is the same thing as going in a laboratory and genetically engineering a product to specifically do something, that is just, to me, I can't. But that is a personal capacity issue. If you know you're lying, they can actually sue you over that if there's damages. And if they can show all of this, they want, and that is a direction that I think that's one of the goals, basically. And that's I'm trying to find it in the. This is how it reads in the specific objector. Criminal court to include crime of ecocide, making it possible to try natural and legal persons for this crime. And that goes into the personal, in a personal capacity issue. And that, I think, we're going to start seeing people go after some of these. I think we're going to start seeing legal issues at some of these scientists and these people that are writing papers. If they can tie in with the health issue somewhere, if they can seriously tie in with the human health issue, that's a key element in all of this, the human issue, because there's been no testing. There's no testing on animals or lab, nothing. So, and Gina McCarthy, she admitted that with the EPA when she was point blank asked, do you have any tests to support the safety of this with the final solution? And there isn't any. So, and the final solution refers to Roundup in the spray bottle that you spray on the weed. That's the final solution, because there's more than just glyphosate in there. So, we'll see how this goes. And I'll bring, some.
You can't fault a company that is, and you're not going to like this, but you can't fault a company that spent a lot of money developing a product and trying to keep it proprietary. I mean, if you create a product and you go out there and say, yeah, we've combined this and this and this and this and this, everyone else can copy that and call it Roundup, OOP, or whatever you want to call it, and do the same thing. I mean, I in a way, I understand what they're saying and I understand what they're doing, but and how do you hold a corporate entity personally accountable? There's so many legal layers where you have boards of this and directors of that and departments of this, where anyone in any kind of authority can't be prosecuted because he's basing his decision on what came from below him. I think you're going to have a hard time finding anybody guilty of anything personally.
The only way, and I mean, whether they would be admissible, the only way you're going to be able to, like I say, go after that personal capacity issue would come in. And this is just me. I'm not a lawyer or nothing, so I don't know. But I would think you would kind of have to have a smoking gun, like email discussions, a tape-recorded conversation. There has to be something to base your liar on.
Yeah, well,
you just, you can't go, well, you're lying, so we find you have to, there's going to have to be facts somewhere. So, and I don't, again, internal emails from employee to employee in a corporation, is that subpoenable if you come across them, without a warrant, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I think you might get into one of these issues that you're seeing Hillary Clinton involved in right now.
Yeah, well
I don't know.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton's would be easier to get than a private company. Private company's private property. I mean, that doesn't belong to anybody but them. And you can use whatever communication you want, but it can also disappear pretty quickly. I just have issues with that now. And am I a fan of Monsanto? And do I think Agent Orange is a great thing? Hell no. hell no. But try to find somebody, that actually, even working on the defoliant. I think that scientists were working on a defoliant to try to actually save lives, not take lives. The unanticipated results of that were probably unforeseen. Maybe now we know, but at the time I kind of doubt they were. Did it kill the jungle off? Yeah, there's areas that are still dead there. I mean, and they'll remain dead for 100 years, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, Aaron. Well, we're running out of time this hour, my friend. We need to give some contact information so we can contact you, and we'll pick this conversation up again tomorrow.
Okay, and I'll touch on this as we move, as it gets closer and closer. I'll dissect little parts of what's going on in the intricacies here. I do have a request in for Andrew Kimball, who's a public interest attorney international, and see if I can get some answers on some of the legal issues for everybody out there. 775-230-9915 on the World Wide Web, www.Alliday LLC. I don't know if you hear the roosters in the background, but the sun is shining. It's a gorgeous day. Let's have a great time. Let's all be safe out there.
All righty. That's Aaron out in Silver Springs. Well, actually, up at the Wyneba Ranch right now, talking about his favorite topic, which is Monsanto. Did you realize that, oh my God, you can fly out the Burning Man now, apparently. 17,000 burners passing through the airport. Wow. No doubt. They're flying in. There's actually going to be like a charter going out to the Burning Man, out to the playa. So, and they show a Burning Man participant. And what are they taking? 2 cases of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. How about that? Through the Reno Tahoe International Airport. Just amazing. It's something that if you've never done in your lifetime, it's probably a good thing to do at least once. Although I think personally it's gotten too corporate. It's become the thing and the organization that they protested against when it was originally formed. Anti-establishment dysenterianism, or whatever you want to call it. Now they are an establishment. They're buying part of a town. They're buying a ranch. I mean, they are the business that they protested against. This is AM News. Second hour is gone, but stay tuned, because I will be right back.